What's good? It's Casper. Today's video, I'm going to be talking about the movie Four Brothers. Four Brothers is a 2005 film. It's a rated R and it's an hour and 49 minutes. Directed by John Singleton. So just want to say real quick with John Singleton, very sad that John Singleton passed away. A movie from him that I still have to see is still Boys in the Hood. Absolutely no, that's a classic, but still need to watch that movie. This movie right here was just super excited to talk about just because this movie in all angles, director, writer, actors, what you're seeing on screen, this whole vibe is just puts you in your seat and you're just eyed glued to the screen. I haven't seen this movie in a very long time. Mark Wahlberg, getting to know him over the years very well, that he was a rapper. So crazy that he was a rapper and now acting. The writing for this movie, especially in 2005, just shows how powerful and strong it was even at that time. Like the minds behind this script, the directing of this script was kind of like a personal, heartfelt direction. This was something right here that was very personal, something that felt like had a lot of emotion going into making this movie. A lot of movies are putting strong scripts, and going back to this movie, you just see like, wow, during this time we had some really good writers working on pretty good movies. So 2004, 2005, 2006, what a year for movies. And this was another movie that absolutely is on top of the rankings of top tier quality and top tier storytelling. This movie right here absolutely was very excited to talk about, but was more excited to just rewatch because the storyline in general, absolutely knew that it's the four brothers trying to get revenge, but trying to understand where the revenge coming from. So this rewatch was really awesome to get that recap and see how it even started. For those who've seen it, the length of this movie, for it being an hour and 50 minutes, is actually really good, to be honest. The beginning, how it just straight up tells you why this movie is going to be an insane mission. After watching this movie, kind of thought about like, what if we did get more involved with how the family was when they were actually together. But when you see how this movie progresses, it actually does a very good job on kind of just seeing characters' emotion of how it could have been. And that's one thing I appreciate in the writing, especially seeing with all these other characters, is that we're pretty in tune on what's really going on. It's very, very good acting in this movie and the script in general. Even though these four brothers are on a mission to revenge their mom's death, I really like the fact that we didn't get too into the personal life when the mom was alive, because I feel like we could have been tearing up like crazy if we had seen more of like how the life was before she died. So there's moments where I was actually about to shed a tear on just seeing that family bond kind of being destroyed bit by bit because of them just trying to get this revenge. That's one thing you just want to applaud on the writing, is just the fact that the writing is so good on deep feeling, deep detail, deep understanding on a real personal family, a real personal struggle, and seeing that even in this grimy area, it was pretty relatable. With this rewatch, it's really cool to know over the years that a lot of these actors in this movie, I kind of got a little bit familiar with their game basically. Garrett Hudlin plays Jack Mercer. Straightforward, didn't know that this was one of his beginning roles, and very cool to see him in Tulsa King right now, and he's dominating that TV show right now, and absolutely love how he's putting that character out. But seeing him here very young, that teenager, that rock star lifestyle vibe in this movie, I was like, whoa, look at this dude go, especially at a young age. Like he really had that crazy disturbed past and he presented it in this movie. And especially one thing I want to applaud is just the different character behaviors, different attitudes with all the brothers. Very insane how each one is all different, but they all relate and have similarities, which makes them a family, which is very, very cool to see. But with Garrett Hudlin, Jack Mercer, be cool to see how he was treated like exactly how a younger brother would be treated. He was that vibe, especially with the older brothers, that you knew that he had the minds and understood a lot of the stuff that his generation was learning and the older generation doesn't know. But Jack Mercer, what a character, and very sad how his character got done. But you just see how impactful the script is, impactful the characters are. Awesome performance. For those who don't know, he really is a musician, so a lot of the roles I've been watching him perform in, he's actually still playing the guitar and really singing in those episodes, especially in Tulsa King. He has a couple moments like that, but really cool to see him at this time and see him that he was actually doing a great job at a young age as well. Andre 3000, see him in an acting performance, the whole style, the whole vibe honestly fit his whole character character, his lines, his projection, and he was a character that just adds a lot of suspense and kind of like a mystery feel, because especially what's going on in this movie, he kind of makes you think one way, but then it goes back to another way. But Andre 3000 as Jeremiah Mercer, really good acting performance. Didn't think he actually had it in him to do this performance, and this is why this rewatch was cool, because I'm like, yo, I forgot that Andre 3000 also does some acting. Tyrese Gibson in this movie, he plays Angel Mercer. I always love seeing Tyrese Gibson act, and a lot of the things I see him always gives me a similarity to other movies. He always has that funny side of his acting. He's telling a joke but serious at the same time. This performance right here, really cool to see a different side of the family. He was another character in here that you honestly laughed at, and his character was straight up, you could relate to a lot of people out there. Like his character I could see from my cousins, to be honest, which is pretty comedy, but his character was presented pretty well. It made me laugh. It was hilarious. He was there for his brothers as well. All these brothers have different characteristics and they behave differently, but it's really awesome to point them out with all these different characteristics that they have. You know, it's really cool to see that this brother is this way, one brother is like that, and really awesome to describe Tyrese Gibson's character Angel, because his relationship with the brothers and his girlfriend in this movie, it was just one of those like here we go again moments. A lot of family dissing vibes in here, but that's like the family tough love that you'll see in a family. And Tyrese Gibson, he absolutely knew what direction he was going to put out this character. Mark Wahlberg as Bobby Mercer, surprising performance to see, because this was literally like the perfect style role for him. Gritty, grimy, the whole area of that neighborhood fit his style of tone, fit his style of personality. Really enjoyed what he was putting out in this movie. Everything in here, from him moving from room to room, seemed like he's done it before. Confronting with the cops and having to talk to them, I'm just like, wow, I'm very amazed. This has to be one of my top Mark Wahlberg performances besides Ted. One of those movies with Mark Wahlberg that you absolutely rooted for him and you wanted him to come out up top. Him being like the big brother and taking care of his brothers, like you wanted him to win, wanted his revenge to be successful. But what a performance in this movie. The movie didn't get nominated for a lot of things besides like a BET awards and stuff, but this movie definitely is one of those movies where if someone brings it up to you, you're like, whoa, you know your movies for sure. Very rare that I hear people ever bring up this movie. Besides the brothers being awesome to see on screen, those actors top tier, on point. You also have Terrence Howard in here who plays Lieutenant Green. That vibe and that look literally looks like a CSI slash like Law and Order character already. So him playing the lieutenant in here absolutely fit that role. He did a good job actually, you know, interacting with a lot of the brothers. I really like how when he showed up, his acting just seemed like he was on a mission to make this as real as possible. Really enjoyed what he brought to the table in this movie. Low-key an underrated performance by him as well, so I enjoyed his performance. Sofia Vergara, who plays Sophie, I forgot she was in this movie, so when I saw her show up in here, I low-key was like, whoa, who's that? All around, they knew what they were doing with her character. She fit the role, her tone, her accent, like literally you can have fun with that all day. She's the girlfriend, so guess who's the boyfriend? Tyrese Gibson. So that's why I'm like, bro, this script, the direction, it goes hand in hand. What a great decision to put Sofia Vergara in this movie. She is annoying. She has those moments where you're just like, bro, what are you doing? But then when you see the movie progress, you're like, okay, thank goodness. Her acting was actually pretty on point as well. She added that little spice to this movie. Shitowell Ohefor, who plays Victor Sweet. The buildup was pretty good with his character. Really cool that it didn't have too many of those hidden moments where it kind of shows like his hand or half his face to see the buildup of the main boss. I thought it was pretty straightforward knowing that he was the main boss. The script is so great that you really have to pay attention, because with the corruption and all the grimy stuff, you really want to know why this Victor Sweet person, you kind of want him to go down like times 1,000. You don't want his character to make it out alive. His whole character vibe kind of gave like a boxing vibe, kind of like a corrupt boxing promoter vibe. Overall, he did have mafia feel. His lines did project like this dude was grimy. To add on to this script is very, very explicit. A lot of cuss words. Everybody's gonna get their chance on spitting some cuss words. Another plus in this movie is definitely the soundtrack. Gave me goosebumps I don't know how many times. Good placement with all the music that they put in this movie. Put this movie on your watch list. Watch it now if you haven't. After my watching the movie Four Brothers out of 10, I'm gonna have to give this movie a 10 out of 10. That's my movie review for the movie Four Brothers. Shout out to you guys for tuning into the video. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you guys on the next one. Peace, y'all.